Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at moments where NBA fans took things way too far. We've got a lot of crazy fan moments in store for you today, so let's get straight to these crazy sequences. First up is Malice at the Palace. You can't start a list like this without including one of the biggest brawls in NBA history, and fans were majorly involved. The Pacers were up big in the fourth quarter and the game was in garbage time. That's when Ron Artest took things into his own hands and he fouled Rasheed Wallace from behind, and he wasn't too happy about it. Rasheed Wallace grabbed Artest by the face, and both teams got in between the two players. Artest ended up going to the scorer's table and just laying down as he was trying to cool off. But that didn't happen, as a fan in the stands threw a drink down at Artest and it hit him. Artest bolted into the crowd and tried to confront the man that did it, but he got the wrong one. He asked the fan, "Did you do that?" And the fan said no, but Artest proceeded to strike him anyway. Stephen Jackson followed Artest into the stands and punched the fan himself. Numerous other players then tried to go get the players from out of the stands and end it. But then this led to more fans throwing food and drinks at the players. Then, as Artest went back onto the court to go to the locker room, another fan tried to fight him, and again, he punched this fan. As the fan got up, Pacers big man Jermaine O'Neal almost hit the guy straight on with a running start. Many said that if O'Neal landed the punch clean, he probably would have killed the man. This was at the end of it all, as after that happened, the game got called off, and fans started throwing things at the players coming off the court. This was probably the worst event in NBA history, and fans were at the forefront of it. Artest even ended up being suspended for the rest of the season for his part in the fight, and 9 total players were suspended with varying amounts. Off the court, 5 of the players and 5 of the fans were charged with differing levels of assault and battery. I'm just touching the surface of this too. There was so much more that happened during, and as a result of this, the fans weren't in the right, which makes this the biggest time NBA crowds went too far. At number 2, Westbrook gets attacked on court. This next one was a little more recent, as it happened on February 2nd, 2018, in a game between the Thunder and the Nuggets. Gary Harris hit a game-winning 3, and the game was over. Russell Westbrook was headed off the court, and a fan confronted Westbrook and started to get up in his grill. Westbrook pushed the fan away and looked at the security like, "What the hell is this guy doing on the court?" During the press conference, Westbrook said about the situation, quote-unquote, "You got to be able to protect the players, man," as well as, "The fans are obviously there to enjoy the game, but they can't come onto the floor. That's totally unacceptable." Westbrook is completely right on this, as fans shouldn't be coming onto the floor and treating players like they're animals. Fortunately, though, security dealt with the fan, and he was banned from the arena for life. At number 3, Westbrook gets popcorn thrown on him. Fans just love to mess with Russ, as here's another moment where a fan took it way too far with Russell Westbrook. In the second game of the 2021 NBA first round between the Sixers and the Wizards, Westbrook and the hosting Wizards in the second quarter went down with an injury. He was helped up by trainers and was escorted off the floor. On his way to the tunnel, a fan tossed popcorn onto Westbrook, which is truly classless, and I wouldn't expect anything more from Sixers fans, as they're known for doing classless things like this. Westbrook then tried to confront the fan, but the medical staff was able to hold him back and get him to the locker room. Why do these situations keep happening to Russ? The fan ended up getting thrown out of the game, fortunately, and Russ said of the incident, "To be completely honest, this shit is getting out of hand, especially for me. Just the amount of disrespect, the amount of fans doing whatever the fuck they want to do, it's out of pocket, and he isn't wrong. Fans do need to show more respect to the players." At number 4, Kyle Lowry pushed by an owner in the finals. The next moment happened in the NBA Finals, and in Game 3, Lowry jumped into the crowd to try and save a ball. When he tried to get back onto the court to play, he was laying after he fell in the front row of the stands, and one of the fans pushed him. Lowry immediately got up and tried to point to the fan as he went way too far. The fan actually ended up being an investor in the Warriors, Mark Stevens. He was suspended for 1 year and was fined $500,000 for his awful actions. Just imagine though, if he was a regular fan like us, he would have been banned for life. Money helps, I guess. At number 5, laser beams during free throws. The next one is a very weird sequence that took place during a Rockets vs Jazz game. At the end of the second quarter, James Harden was shooting free throws, and obviously the Jazz fans were going crazy. Then Harden noticed something, a light coming at his eyes, and affecting his ability to see the hoop. Harden pointed this out to one of the refs as he wasn't sure what was going on, and the game was stopped until they found out who was doing it. It didn't end up too well for him, as reports said that he was banned from all NBA arenas after that. At number 6, a woman walks onto the NBA court. This next one is just really weird. During Game 4 of a series between the Nuggets and Lakers in the 2012 playoffs, in the second quarter, the game was going on like normal, and then randomly a fan walked onto the court. According to the police, she was arrested and cited for trespassing. Apparently, this lady had something for stalking players, as the TNT cast said that she had a history of doing so. Apparently, when she ran onto the court, she screamed, "Where is Kenyon?" in regards to Kenyon Martin, who was on the team until that season. Yes, she was looking for a player that wasn't on either of the teams. Let's just hope that Kenyon keeps an eye out and can avoid this fan that went too far. At number 7, fans cheering for Durant injury. This one might be the worst total crowd reaction outside of the mouse at the Palace. During the 2019 NBA Finals, in Game 5, with the Warriors up 39-34 at Toronto, Kevin Durant tried to drive to the hoop, but after he started to drive, something popped in his leg and he hobbled off to the side, where he eventually laid down in pain and ended up tearing his Achilles on that play. Then, one of the most classless fan moments happened. The Raptors fans started to cheer because Durant was injured. They were happy that he was no longer going to be able to play in the finals, and that's just embarrassing. Kyle Lowry even tried to motion to the fans to stop cheering, but that didn't really do much. For a country that gets so much praise for being nice, they didn't show a lot of class right there. At number 8, Trae Young gets spit on. This final one was one of the most disgusting crowd moments, and the fan definitely went too far. During the Hawks and Knicks first-round battle in the 2021 NBA playoffs, in Game 2, Trae Young was coming to the sideline to take the ball out. Then a fan decided to spit on Trae Young. I understand the F Trae Young chants, as those are just part of the game, but to go out of your way to spit on him makes no sense. The Knicks did end up finding the fan, though, and were able to ban him for life from the Madison Square Garden. And at number 9, a fan tosses a water bottle at Kyrie. Lastly, we have the Celtics fan that tossed a whole water bottle at Kyrie Irving, which is definitely taking it too far. This also happened during the 2021 opening round of the NBA playoffs, and in a series between the Nets and Celtics. After the Nets' victory in the Boston Garden in Game 1, Kyrie was headed back to the locker room when a fan barely missed Kyrie when trying to throw a water bottle at him. According to the team, the 21-year-old fan did end up getting arrested by police. And for the arena, the fan received a lifetime ban. Boston fans really do know how to be out of pocket. Well guys, that's going to do it for today's video, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Which fan moment do you guys think was way too over the top? Obviously, the Malice at the Palace is pretty hard to beat, but besides that, do you guys think that we missed any fan moments that were really just kind of crazy? Let us know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear every single one of them, and we might interact with you guys. Also, before you all leave, be sure to leave this video with a like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon for more content just like this. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one.